I want to explain to you guys why chiropractic care is one of the most vital things you can do for your health, regardless if you have pains and aches, regardless of how old you are. Chiropractic care, having your spine checked regularly, is one of the best things you could have done yesterday, today, and into the future for great long-term health. Here's why. A lot of people think about chiropractic care and they actually think about their spine only when they have pain. And that is such a small percentage of it. About 10% of our entire nerves in our whole body are having to do with pain. The other 90% has to do with function. And here's what that looks like. Every single system and function in your body is controlled and coordinated through your nervous system. You got your brain, which is connected to your spinal cord, and then off of your spinal cord, you have a pair of spinal nerves that branch out off of that spinal cord and go to all the different parts of the body that we can feel, and then all the parts that we can't feel. So your brain and your body are in constant communication back and forth to make sure that we are functioning normally. On a more specific level, here's how that looks. Say, for example, you eat something you shouldn't have, right? Or that doesn't agree with your stomach. Let's say you get food poisoning. What's gonna happen is your stomach, right here, is gonna start sending signals up through these nerves into that level of the spine, to that spinal cord. It's gonna go up the spinal cord, and then your brain is going to have to interpret that signal, create a response, going to send that response back down the spinal cord, out through the nerves to the stomach. Stomach can have the proper response. This happens with everything in life. So whether we touch something, smell something, see something, body is constantly sending signals to our brain has to respond and send signals back. That's how we function normally. Doesn't it make sense that if something happens here at this spinal level, there might be a problem with that communication between the brain and the body? So that is why we actually look at the spine for what's called spinal subluxations, misalignments in the joints, these restrictions in the joints that actually put pressure and irritation around these nerve roots, create an interference in the way the brain and the body communicate. Let's say, for example, you have a subluxation here at this T5, T6 level. Those nerves go to the stomach. Does it make sense that if your stomach, the signals from your stomach to your brain are slightly altered, you might not have normal stomach function? Well, I'm gonna tell you the number one thing that we see with a subluxation at T5, T6 level: acid reflux, indigestion. Cannot tell you the number of people that when we clear up this interference in communication, I tell you how many people report that their acid reflux, their heartburn, their indigestion disappears. Come off their medications, no longer have the problem, sleep through the night, not having that reflux. All because we remove the interference to that communication. What this looks like more realistically in someone's life is you have two sides of your nervous system. Sympathetic side, which is your fight or flight, and you've got your parasympathetic side, which is your rest and digest. It's like the gas pedal, the brake pedal. Your body has to be able to go back and forth between the two without interference, without disruption. You need an equal ability to go back and forth between the two. For example, you have this subluxation right up here at C1 at Atlas, right near your brainstem. What happens is your body interprets that as a threat or a problem. Same thing if a bear walked into this room right now. I saw a bear, well, my heart rate would increase, blood would start rushing from my muscles or from my organs into my muscles so that I could fight or so that I could run, right? Fight or flight. Blood rushes from your vital organ systems into the muscles so that you can prepare to do what you need to do to get to safety. Let's just say that you got the subluxation here. Your body's interpreting that as a threat, as a problem, and you just get stuck in this low level fight or flight long term. Let's just say that you've had this problem a year. If you're in this low level fight or flight response for a year, do you think that your digestion is going to be very good? Do you think you're sleeping very good? We're in that low level state where a bear walked in this room. You're going to be sleeping good, you're going to be digesting food well, you're going to be recovering well, are you going to be able to have mental clarity? No. The answer is no. This is an extreme, and your response is not going to be as extreme as if a bear came in, but at a low level, you are in that constant fight or flight all the time. Of course, you're going to have these issues that show up with your function, regardless of if you have pain or not. There is going to be a functional issue until this threat to your body, to your health, gets removed. When we remove this threat, your body can move into that rest and digest stage. It can recover. It can start working through these processes normally. So that is what it looks like for most people. It's not always a pain response. The real problem when it comes to subluxations is not pain, it's function. If you want the best function long term, you don't want your body to get caught up in this low level chronic fight or flight state, You want your organs to function as best as they can. You want your muscles to function as best as they can. You want that clear communication. No matter how old you are, no matter if you're in pain, you have got to get your spine checked on a regular basis to make sure that you're not only adapting to stress, but you're overcoming it.